All right, welcome back. As promised, we are going to make this all about the world of high ticket remote closing, whether you are someone looking to get into the career so that way you can make great income from online while having the freedom to have time with your family, impact community, or just make a crap ton of money. If that's what your goal is, this is going to be for you. If you're already someone who owns a business and you have a sales team that you're looking to grow, or you're looking to build, scale, and train a sales team, this is going to be for you as well. And if you're already crushing it in the world of high ticket sales, then I just hope this can help you do even better, guys. So, as always, as I always say, I am looking to make this something completely different. I want you to feel like you should have paid anywhere from $5, $8 to $10,000 for this because I am doing this YouTube channel really different in a course format. Make sure you can get the most out of everything you need when it comes to remote sales. Okay. So, with that being said, I just have three asks, right? Three requests. That's it. If this is your first time here, please go watch the intro video so you can get understanding of what's going to be happening. That will be attached somewhere in the homepage. Please subscribe, enable notifications because, like I mentioned, this is going to be a course format, very different. This is just some random YouTube videos that just get dropped, right? This is going to be as if you're paying for a $10,000 course. The second request is that you go ahead and comment and like on any video that gives you value. Third request is if it impacts you in a big way, if you get something big, if you get a big nugget from this, please share it. Okay. So those are my three asks. With that being said, let's hop into one of our first lesson series that we are going to be walking through in the next handful of videos. Let's jump into it. It's going to be titled The Overview of the Perfect Sales Consult. Okay. So this is going to be the perfect consult series. Is there a perfect consult? We're going to get into it. I will fill you in on what that looks like. So, most sales consultations look like the above picture, right? It's you start at, hey, hello, my name's Josh. Welcome to the welcome to the meeting. And then there's just this scribble, right? We're going off the straight line of sales, as Jordan Belfort would put it. We're not really being concise. We're getting to the end. Next, we're getting a bunch of rejections. We're getting confusion. We're getting people that give us, I need to think about it. And then we usually don't close. And so if that's what your consults are feeling like, if you feel like you do not have control over your consult, you can't predict if someone's going to close with high likelihood. If you're not closing on a high ticket product, above a 15% consistently on what we call a set call close, that means a first time close, then you're going to benefit from this training, okay? Because we want to look at the bottom, which is a straight A to B. Now, there will never be that perfect consult, right? We're going to veer off the line somewhat, but you as a sales professional, you as the expert is going to be able to keep people from point A to point B, getting the desired outcome that you are looking for, okay? And here's where it starts. It starts before the actual initial meeting, right? Before that consultation starts, and that's going to be, where is this prospect coming from? What type of lead source are they? Are they from paid ads? Are they from organic? Are they from, cold calling? Do they have an application that they filled out? What did the nurture look like, right? Was there a clear nurture process in place? We will have a video that is just all about these different things and how to make sure that you can make sure you win before the initial meeting even gets conducted. Now, I want to jump into something here, which is about scripting. I am not a huge fan of scripting. I think scripting can help a new person out. I think it can help you get started, but I believe in structure over scripting. The reason for this is because after doing a decade plus of sales, I can hop into almost any industry, any conversation that's dealing with a higher ticket product and be able to just rip and go at it. And that's because I have structure, not necessarily scripting. Obviously, you need conviction, you need understanding of your product, the industry, what you're selling, and all that good stuff there. But if you can have structure, it's going to make for a smooth conversation, and you're going to be able to actually do what you need to do, which is to show up as an expert and provide a consult, right? Which is what you're looking to do, not be a robot reading off of a script. Okay. So I'm going to keep it basic. I'm not trying to use some fancy terms. I'm not creating up some names or fancy lingos. You probably heard some of this, before as well. And so we're going to go with structure over scripting. And so what is the structure of the perfect consult, right? There's really four main parts. There is an intro, there's a discovery, there's a pitch, there's a close, and then you'll see that there's a transition between each one that makes it a smooth follow through to keep pushing down the straight line. Okay. And then when we get to that close, we'll talk about what looping objections are. That's a whole another video, but we'll talk about what it means to loop objections and not be some type of 90s car salesman where you're trying to go for like those quick one-liners, quick overcomes, or things like that. It's how do you actually show up like an expert and get people to close themselves by getting to the real objection. So let's walk through these. This is just an overview of the entire process. of what the consult looks like. We're going to break each of these down into their own series. For example, the intro, we're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6 videos just talking about how to have a great introduction. But in this video today, I want to give you an overview of what I'm considering the perfect consult. Okay, so it starts with that introduction. The first thing in the introduction is there's 3 steps that we want to accomplish, right? We want to gain expert frame, which means that we're showing up as the expert, not the sales rep. Okay, we want to set the stage for the call, right? This is where a lot of times we get people that are very, resistant. They go straight to what's the price. They start asking you questions is because we did not properly set the stage or gain expert frame in the introduction. And then lastly is we want to get permission to pitch in a good way, right? Not a hard way of like, yo, I'm about to pitch you. This is what the call is going to be like. If you're a good fit for me, we're trying to get rid of that vocabulary and create a soft, low stakes environment to where you can get permission from the very beginning of your sales calls to actually pitch them and close them on call number 1. Right. Then we move into second phase here after we transition into discovery. And discovery is all about establishing why they are there. That's the biggest thing, right? Then we're going to build what I call a logical case, followed by an emotional case. We will break that stuff down in their own series of how do you build those? What type of questions do you ask? What's the difference between each one? Then we're going to get into goals, logical and emotional. We're going to get clear problem and solution feedback and agreement. This is huge because this is going to be a trick that has changed my ability to be able to pitch and close with confidence. Because before I even pitch, we get agreement on them saying yes in the first place. Okay. And that's because we get clear problem solution agreement. Okay. Then we're going to get action threshold. Where are they at? Decision maker, financial situation, timeline. All this stuff happens in discovery, which is the meat and potatoes of the consult, but it can't be done properly unless you did the intro right. So we go intro, discovery, third phase here, we go into pitch, which is going to be our big promise, our unique mechanism, what sets you apart, what makes you different, right? There may be other companies that can still solve the same problem. Maybe you're a marketing agency. There's a ton of marketing agencies out there, but by having a clear, unique mechanism, you can now overcome the I need to think about it as I'm talking to this other person, all these different things there. Then I'm going to walk you through how do you make your pitch a 2 to 4 step process on how your product and service gets them the big promise. We're going to go through how to never lose a prospect, right? You get to the end of the pitch, it feels like it was amazing. You were super clear, you felt on fire. You get to the end of it and they have no questions for you. You get to the end of it and they just say, I need to think about it, right? Nothing's pretty clear to them. So you lose them in the pitch. But I'm going to show you how not to do that by having clear payoff questions after each step that you give. Once we're done with the pitch, we move into the close, right? We transition to the close. We're going to talk about price dropping. How do you stack? What do you do when it's time to give price? Right? How do you do buying questions versus objections? How do you know the difference, right? What's an objection? What's a buying question? And how do you handle each one? We're going to talk about maintaining the expert frame, not making the cardinal sin, the mistake that I see a lot of sales reps make where they become a different person in the close. We never want to do this. We want to stay the same. We maintain expert frame. All right. We'll talk again about dropping price clearly and concise, not making mistakes there. And then we get into looping objections, right? Which we can do a whole series on looping objections, which is what does it mean to not attack an objection, but loop them? How do we realize that the first objection is rarely the truth and we actually get to the truth? And what are the 3 main loops of program certainty, trust, and action threshold that we need to know and be able to use in order to get to the real objection and solve that objection so that we can get the close? So guys, I'm super pumped to walk you through this. Obviously, there is no perfect consult, right? Every consult is going to have something that's going to be, that throws a little bit of wrench, but if we can stay as close to that A to B straight line as possible, that's going to get you the result that you're looking for. And you're going to find that your close percentage on set call closes, so first call closes on high ticket sales will drastically increase. But the beautiful part is that you're also going to see your follow-up game improve because of following this process. You're going to see your overall close percentage improve, which means that you are just going to make more money. Your sales team are going to close more deals and bring in more front-end cash collected. So that's the overview of the perfect consultation. I'm going to break this down in different series, and we'll probably start with the introduction, and I'll break down exactly how do you do those 3 things of getting expert frame, right? Setting the stage, getting permission to pitch, and then transitioning into your discovery. Okay. So, as always, please, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn those notifications on. Let's help this algorithm out so I can still keep doing these videos. Just drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you think. And if this is good for you, if you want to share this with your sales team or a sales buddy or another closer or someone else looking to get into the industry, please share this channel with them so we can help other people out as well. I'll see you guys on the next one.